Good morning, YouTube. Day of our Lord, 6/10/2020, 8:27 a.m. I'm not on here today to, vent. I'm not on here today to um, blame somebody or something, organization, system, for things gone wrong. Okay, I understand the bigger problem. I can see it. I know most of us out here can right now. We got to have an understanding that for no matter what, there's good and bad in every one of us. Okay? And you take the meekest individual on this earth, or the weakest man on this earth, if given chance and opportunity, that weakest man could turn into the greatest killer, because that's in all of us too. We have the ability to seek out the truth. We have the ability to reason with truth or a lie. But sometimes when we find the truth, we're not willing to give the outlook long enough or see the truth has measures of engagement. Let me try to turn this light on, maybe to keep it from in and out so much. I don't know if that's going to help or not. It was a used camera, and I've got it, and I use it, so eventually I'll get me a 1080p. But anyway, I hope the fan ain't too noisy on my mic. The rules of engagement. You have two opposing armies. All right, just think, these two opposing armies, if they never engage, what goes on? Okay. Then if they engage, what goes on? They hit each other. The outcome in most of these circumstances, there's always a higher up that's got these two opposing forces going at each other. Okay, I watched a video this morning from Saint Anon, and this whole thing was a video of New York City cops, okay, trying to take up for themselves, okay. Now, the reason I said trying, they was doing a good job to explain how not all cops are bad, okay. Not all chefs is 5-star either, okay. Not all teachers are good teachers. Not all firefighters are good firefighters. Not all neighbors are good neighbors. Okay? They're pulling the rag wrapped around Lady Justice's head that's supposed to be blind. They got one eyeball open, finally looking around, explaining to everybody how this has went down and how their bosses throw them under the bus. Okay? That's that one eye that they got focused on right now. But in the same token, every fucking one of them that wasn't speaking, standing behind these people, had them fucking brainwashing devices on. Notice them fucking masks. They're still not woke up. They're still not seeing the bigger fucking picture. If you gonna have an understanding who the fucking enemy is, okay? That enemy is not just y'all's. It's all of ours. Okay? Just like I got back to the weakest man on earth. If given opportunity, he could become the greatest killer on this earth. And we all have it in us. Every one of us. I don't give a shit how peaceful you are. It takes a work of God not to strike back. And for the foolish out there that hollers, turn the other cheek, y'all might want to go study your Bible a little closer when it comes to the wars and the things that went on back then. Because there's a time and place for everything. God sent his people out to destroy whole groups of people. Okay? Some would call them abominations against the Creator. Okay? Could have been. But the point of the matter of it is, them men that was peaceful men would pick up something and go slaughter somebody. Okay? This is the same thing that's going on now, but instead of the weapons is getting used against the lower levels. Okay? It's a breakdown in that thing. Okay? The higher levels of people, and I don't even really like calling them people because they're highly educated fools and idiots. That's how I see most of them. Okay? A benefit to mankind, they are not. Only to themselves. That's how they perceive things. They're right, everybody else is wrong. Well, can't thoroughly blame them because they had psychopathic tendencies as they got their education, and it morphed into something that it should not have. So, to the New York City police and the rest of you out there, this is all over the United States. One form, fashion, or another, one level or another. Y'all gotten about this far in the waking up phase. Okay? Y'all wanted to run around and call people like me a conspiracy theorist or an idiot for trying to say something that's beyond y'all's comprehension because y'all are so tied up and bought into the system. You see where it has gotten you. You've got to have an understanding. Your enemy is my enemy. Okay? It's the system. Now, to all the police out there, y'all stand shoulder to shoulder with that demonic little bastards and bitches. Get my language. And if you don't have something morally up here to gauge your boss or the system that you play in as morally correct or morally incorrect, that's your fault. Okay? If you can't see by now, Mayor Lightfoot, okay, this dumbass liberal bitch, lesbian, okay, she's one of them ancient dinosaurs, lick a lot of puss, okay, and she looks like Beetlejuice on a, well, I say good day, because they really had Beetlejuice all mucked up and dead. But anyways, that's a joke. She's bagging Walmart and other places to stay in Chicago. Who in their fucking right mind would want to do something like that? I've been saying for years, and a lot of people can't see it. Here again, it's like nobody has a moral construct anymore to balance what right is and what wrong is. Okay? Or in this case, what what right is and what wrong is. Okay. And this is one of the reasons I have these two tattoos. Okay. It will astonish people if they'll take the time to actually go back in a common sense way and read their Bible. Okay? Being that even our Bible tells you, and I'm probably not going to quote this right, let not the left hand know what the right is doing. Okay? That confounded me and confused the shit out of me for the longest time. But when you actually put it together with what right is and what wrong is and having a moral construct, okay? Y'all want to fix 90% of this? It ain't too hard. First thing is, your leaders in your system, there needs to be implemented, because since there's no way to morally uphold good and bad no more, okay? And they look at y'all as POSs, whether y'all want to see it or not, okay? Y'all are pawns. Y'all are the king's army. You do as he or she tells you to do and like it, whether you like it or not. Okay? We need our common law put back in place. All these law libraries turned into museums. Big signs put above the door. Here's what not to do. 200 years of this bullshit. Some 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stories tall. Every lawyer's office has libraries in them. Every judge's chamber has these libraries in them. Every law enforcement agency has somewhat of these libraries of these so-called their law books. They look at as Bibles. Then, if they only picked out one book, okay, and here's how I see it. If you had one big table and a 30 by 30 room, bookcases, okay, floor to ceiling, every law book known to man in there, okay, and you actually left a Bible laying on the table, and you get you a group of men or women, okay, and you tell them, I want each one of y'all to walk in there and pick out the greatest law book, okay, that they can find. I can almost guarantee you 100% of the time, nobody will touch that Bible. And that is the greatest law book ever written for you, me, and all of us. The balance, the scales of justice. But see, when you got immoral leaders, for whatever reason, education, slightly a psychopath here, and then the education system props them up and tells them that they're better and smarter than everybody, so that elevates them to a god status or a king or a queen, whether they really see it that way or not, because the human emotions works off of good and bad too. And this is where people failing to realize. They take these psych classes, okay? They're showing you, okay? In the law enforcement, they want you to take psychological classes to deal with us, the human race. And then they tell you, depending on what background these individuals come from, us, is on how most of the time we see things. So there's a big lie. Okay, if right is right and wrong is wrong, okay, there's no gray area here. Okay, don't need that gray area because that gray area has gotten us where we are now. Okay, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, or the brightest crayon in in the box. So I don't have to foresee what's right and what's wrong. I know because I can. It's like I can feel and see. It's like I was watching, like I said, the New York cops this morning. They want to stand up there and take up for themselves, which is a good thing. That's great. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay, to tell their side of the story, the the three sides to the coin. They're on one side or the other, or they're exactly where we're at right now, standing on the edge, looking at both sides of it, and the edge being the third side. That's where all of us is at right now. Okay, but if y'all gonna claim y'all waking up and y'all understand the problems and uh, y'all gonna pack up and throw all the issues upon y'all's bosses, okay? Y'all gotta have an understanding. Y'all had checks and balances in your own system to take care of these systemic problems, okay? If you see your mayor not doing the right thing, he or she needs to be fucking called on it. You just don't let it keep going like it's been going. Okay? You have to engage a moral construct of right and wrong. Okay? Y'all want to fix this? First thing is, um, take them brainwashing devices off your damn face. Have an understanding us old retards out here and the other people that's been going for the last 40 fucking years trying to show y'all that the system don't just have a flaw in it. It has a gaping chasm in it. Okay? And the main reason for this is called engagement. Y'all are the ones standing closer to these idiots. Y'all are the ones taking the orders from these idiots. Okay? Y'all also have checks and balances for these idiots. I think you better start using them because your life is no different than the local bum down on Broadway, okay, that hides in an alley somewhere because he feels more safe there. Your life is no different than his. When you start seeing this and you quit running around and thinking for yourself, okay, it's something that the engagement and thinking for ourselves has been taken away from us because we have this construct of us wanting to trust. Okay, go out and try to pet a wild wolf or a bear. Okay, see how much mistrust is there between you and that animal. Okay, works the same way in the real world with human beings. Okay, but we have an engagement to drop our veil, give an individual the choice and the chance to do the right things for us because we're lazy minded enough to understand that we need things like this, but at the same time, we're not willing to fix things when they go out of hand. Okay? And this has been going out of hand this just didn't happen overnight. It's been going on a long, long time. And all the wrong people, psychopathic, educated, rich people, okay? Money didn't do it, okay? Money is an inanimate object. Okay, quarter, nickel, dime, uh, penny, dollar. They're all inanimate objects. Okay, that didn't make me shoot nobody. That didn't make me go out and have sex with kids. That didn't make me go out and have sex with another woman knowing I've been married for 15 years. This didn't make me pick up a bottle of liquor and start drinking it like water. This didn't make me go out and start smoking crack or methamphetamine. This didn't make me want to beat my neighbor up. This didn't make me go out and hijack somebody's car and throw them out in the street. These things did not do this. This and this being disconnected did. Because being that the mind, heart, and gut works as one when it works right, okay? You can't run around trying to claim that money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. Like I said, I had a friend of mine that's dead now, I think. I'm almost certain of it. Back years ago, he explained money to me. And I wished he would have been around when I was, I don't know, in my early 20s. But man, that stuck in my head. Money's a tool. Used in the right way and correct, it's a wonderful thing. But used in the wrong way, it's an awful thing. Now, greed falls into this too. That's us. This here. Okay. I had this put on my arm. Eventually, I might have it done before or finished by the time I die. Okay. It's the 7 deadly sins in Chinese. One being greed, gluttony. 5 other ones, but the thing of it is, what I'm trying to, I guess, get across here to the police is have an understanding to all of you. We all have the same enemy until y'all get that figured out and rip the blindfold completely off and take them brainwashing devices off, known as the masks, and quit trying to claim that somebody is a conspiracy theorist. Take the time to go look to see if there's any truth for what they had to say. And if you feel like you don't have the time, there's another one of our problems. Remember, y'all stand shoulder to shoulder with your own enemy. But you're not willing to call him or her out when they're no better than you are. Remember, they put their pants on one leg at a time unless they're a firefighter. Then most of them guys are trained to jump straight into both boots and pants at the same time. So, we do have the same enemies. And they have infested our system from the lower levels to the highest levels. Y'all want proof in it for the ones that's waking up? Go back 3.5 years. Okay? Follow Trump's story on who he's done kicked out of his administration and had to hire more people. Look how many people gets flipped all the time. He understands it. If said a person is going against the situation that makes it better for all, get rid of them. Or excuse me, the ones that make it better for everybody, keep them. The ones that don't, get rid of them. Said a little backwards, forgive me. But we all do have that in common, whether people could see it or not. We all are fighting the same enemy. And non-Christian believers, I can't help that y'all can't believe in God. That is not my fault. That's another fault of the system because some idiot that was taught, okay, to be a preacher, okay, a deacon, or somebody of a status symbol with a title, come and poked y'all in the forehead or poked you in the ribs or this, that, and the other to try to wake you up instead of teaching, okay, they was preaching and it gave you a bad taste in your mouth, okay, there again, it's still your fault because you didn't take the time, you automatically thought all Christians was this way. No, there's teachers out there. And there's these um, four hidden dynasty religions, okay, that falls in that four hidden dynasties. Keep talking about it because I know these four things are connected to our problems. Every one of them are problems. I want to see common law re-implemented to all of us. Now just imagine, cops, for the ones that understand what common law is, most of you don't, because you've been trained to follow a half law or a piece of a law known a code or a statute. Okay? System couldn't have y'all wised up to the law and y'all actually understanding the law because what that meant was you could fairly, okay, fairly then judge something critical or uncritical, true or false, with the individual that you're detaining. They couldn't have that because the system, known as the court system, the other bank, couldn't have y'all not running around collecting their money, bringing their money to them. Y'all don't want to see it this way. That's how it is. Y'all just now starting to wake up to some facts. Okay? The lady justices y'all stand shoulder to shoulder with every day. And it's the same polluted motherfuckers that's sticking y'all in the back with a knife. Is it not? Can you say it is not? No, you can't. I guess a little logic and wisdom from an old man, 53 years old, that is engaged enough to see, hear, and say, but still not engaged enough to go forth and try to fix other than I will be voting for Trump because there ain't no, he's the lesser of two evils, okay? He's got both feet in the back of the evil, okay? And for your educated liberal idiots out there and your Democratic Party, y'all's ball game, y'all's circus is about ready to end, and you know it. And the games that's been being played, I know it was handed to y'all. Y'all not old enough to actually had started it, but damn if y'all didn't help keep feeding the fire. So y'all have something morally construct here too to go forth and fix, but y'all not willing to because of many different reasons. You can't legitimately say that you are right. You can say that you are, but to prove you are right, there's got to be something legitimately, logically, wisdom to back them statements up. And y'all will not. Just like Trump, okay? He's proven without a shadow of a doubt that there never was any kind of engagement with Russia with him, okay? And all this bullshit fans the fire and is built up because of y'all. Not us, not Trump, but you all that runs this country and the same ones y'all stand shoulder to shoulder with, NYPD, same cockbites, cocksuckers, okay? These are the same people. And it ain't just NYPD, Chicago, all these bigger cities. I've said it for a long time. Cities are a prison. Don't believe me? But turn on your local news. See what the prison riot's going on. What city it's in today. How it's breaking loose. You know, even rioters in a prison, they'll tell the guards to stand down and they'll try to cordon off an area to keep the population in an area so they can get to them to detain them. Well, to do that in a population so damn big that the people overrun the law enforcement, well, some is foolish, some is idiots, of course. Some wants a structure and put back right, okay? But when you got so many different ideas and things being thrown at you from many different levels, and that's all of us, what do you pick? Do you pick the chaos just to see how it's going to turn out? Or do you try to fix the chaos before it gets started? Once you start seeing and hearing things that don't make no sense. It's been here forever. Y'all couldn't see it? Y'all think the rule of law is going to fix all this? I still sit here today, West Virginia, Florida State. Your rule of law, a big majority of it, has gotten you here right now. Okay? Common sense and our republic handed back to the United States. Oh, right now, if it was handed back like it should be, with the Constitution, the republic, and common law, it would still be chaotic because people don't understand what that means. That means you govern your fucking self. You defend your fucking self. Okay? There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. Okay? You murder somebody, you throw it in prison, or you're done like the Bible says. Send him on. He'll be there waiting. I know. Little candy ass, pandering ass people can't see right from wrong because they have their own insight into it. Well, it should be this way or it should be that way. No. Right is right and wrong is wrong. There ain't no damn gray area. And there's only one God. And there's two genders on this earth for all the confused out there. But anyway, there's a lot of things that man's not going to accept. Man's not going to be able to fix. They created a Pandora's box when they went away from common law and turned or took the two laws, the law of the land being the common law of man and the law of the sea, and merged them because they seen the opportunity to make us a bunch of foolish ass people that constantly they got a chunk of our income or a chunk of our life. I mean, it systemically leads back to a lot of things building up through the years, but there is ways of fixing it. But I'm telling you now, your rule of law, I'm all for anything right. But I'm telling you, these people think they know. Look where that's gotten us. These people, for years, this is a better system than everybody else through the world. True enough, but it's got its problems because you, as law people, have stepped away from the true facts. Is this individual guilty or not? Took the critical thinking away from the guys on the street, the ones that's under fire, not knowing a real law. Okay, handed a bunch of codes and statutes. Okay, then all of a sudden, you see the guy that you arrested for killing his wife and three kids within 72 to 48 hours, he gets out. No, he should have been uh, brought through the justice system, giving a sentence of murder, and within 72 hours handed to death. But everybody wants to play with right and wrong all the time. There's a reason why it's called right, and there's a reason why it's called wrong. Okay? Imagine just take a piece of paper and write it on both sides. What's right? What's wrong? And when you start blurring them paths and you start allowing these things to connect themselves, that little line down the middle becomes that gray area. You no longer have a moral construct to understand what right and wrong is, because you're running around with the same enemies shoulder to shoulder, but you're not willing to see that. And the so-called conspiracy theories, when I hear these people run their mouth, oh, it's a conspiracy theory. And the first question you can ask them, you want to see how dumbfounded these people are? Ask them who come up with that term and coined it. At least I guarantee you 80-90% of the people will not have a damn clue who come up with it and for what reason. And it's in our history, if you go look. Because these people that coined this is the same people that we're having our problems with. Our own common enemy. Peace. Y'all on the path. Now, since you got your boots off and you're on the path and you got that blindfold up there a little bit, get ready for some horrifying shit. You think you've seen some blood and guts crap in your years on the street, which you have. Can't take that away from you. But when you find out that the psychopathic idiot that's running your city is worse than the guy you just arrested that cut his mother up and stuck her in a freezer, you might have a good awakening and have an understanding there is a right and there is a wrong. It just don't fall under certain precepts like y'all have been taught.